Hey guys, what's going on? It's Eli, and that's right, I am coming at you guys with talking about, and seeing as how a lot of other people on YouTube have been doing videos of their own about this subject, well, it's only fitting enough for me to do this as well. That's right. I'm going to be talking about my most anticipated films, that I'm looking forward to coming out this year. Yes, you read the title and so on, so let's get to it. Well, I gotta say, 2024, now that we've entered in the year of 2024, it's gonna be a big year for movies. Like, a lot of movies, materials like they're celebrating a lot is celebrating their anniversaries this year. But also, for this year, we're getting really exciting, anticipated movies. Like, I tell ya, like, the years that have the number 4 to them, to me it seems like those years are the lucky years to have some really good movies. Don't you think? I can think of, say, like, what came out in, like, say, 1964 or 1984, 2004. You get my point. Yeah. So, for what's coming this year to the theaters, and some coming to streaming, etc., yeah, and as you can see, with the thumbnail and the green screen. Well, you saw the thumbnail and, with the green screen background, I should say. Yeah, these movies, these posters of these upcoming movies are the ones that I'm really looking forward to right now, because I'm thinking of, and seeing as how this is going to be one of the first movies, that's going to be coming early this year, and seeing as how it will be coming early next month, that being Lisa Frankenstein. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Lisa Frankenstein, well, because not only does this have a pretty good cast, and the story itself, from what we can tell so far, looks like it's going to be pretty interesting, but also Zelda Williams, this is her directorial debut, so this is kind of a big thing. Don't you think? I'm just saying. But yeah, of course I've reacted to the trailers, and yeah, I'm looking forward to Lisa Frankenstein. Again, this being Zelda Williams' directorial debut, but also a lot of good people in this. Catherine Newton, one of the Sprouse brothers. You name it. Yeah, it's gonna be really cool. Also, 2 upcoming sequels. Well, 3, I should say, because the other one I'm definitely looking forward to. Kung Fu Panda 4, Beetlejuice 2, and Deadpool 3. Yes! The long-awaited Beetlejuice sequel. Let's start with that. Yeah. For a long time, talks of a Beetlejuice sequel, have been going on for years. A couple of times it was put on the shelf, but as of now, it's finally happening, and of course they've already finished filming it, it's done, and very later on this year we will be getting it, still hopefully in September, unless there is a slight change to the release date. We don't know yet, but hopefully it's going to stick with that. Besides, they've already finished it, and they'll have plenty of more time to get this done, put it all together, and for it to be out, I think, yeah, early September. Yeah. Michael Keaton, of course, coming back, Winona Ryder, Catherine O'Hara, and a new addition, Jenna Ortega, Willem Dafoe. Yeah, 2 new additions, and a couple of other new additions to the sequel, to the Beetlejuice, to the world of Beetlejuice, I should say. Gotta slow down. Yeah. And we've already, gotten a few leaked photos out there. Not to mention, if any of you had seen this, we got our first look at Michael Keaton returning as the ghost with the most, Beetlejuice. Yeah, say it 3 times. Say it once, say it twice, but don't say it 3 times. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Nothing happened. Yeah, but yeah, overall, Beetlejuice 2, I am definitely looking forward to. And, seeing as how Tim Burton hasn't really done anything in a while, aside from, well, there was Wednesday, I'm talking about him directing a feature film on the big screen, and yeah, he's making his comeback with Beetlejuice 2, and that's appropriate. Like, this is fitting, yeah. So I can't wait, and I can't wait until we get our first trailer for Beetlejuice 2. So, with that out of the way, Deadpool 3. Yes, Deadpool 3. Pretty much everybody is looking forward to this, and Marvel themselves, Marvel Studios, has high anticipations for Deadpool 3. And since it's 2024, that's the only MCU movie we're getting. Just Deadpool 3. Nothing else. And aside from those Marvel films that come straight from Columbia Pictures, their own Marvel universe, we are getting those, of course, and I am looking forward to those as well. Kraven the Hunter, Madam Web, Venom 3, yeah, look forward to those. But Deadpool 3, yeah, again, the only MCU film we're getting. And I guess, you know what? This seems, now that I'm thinking of it some more, I guess it seems fitting enough that, you know, for the past couple of years, we were getting a lot of MCU content from the shows, the movies. I think, yeah, because, like, we'll be getting a couple of shows for this year. But for movie-wise, well, maybe it's for the best that, you know, they just take a little break and just have one movie of theirs come out this year, and that being Deadpool 3. All that we've heard about Deadpool 3, I mean, yes, one of the biggest things coming to Deadpool 3 is the return of Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. We're also getting Jennifer Gardner back as Elektra, and we're going to be getting more plenty surprised cameos in this. Like, it's hard to tell as of right now who we're going to see, but no doubt about it that Ryan Reynolds, Sean Levy, those working on Deadpool 3, they have something planned up their sleeves, knowing those guys. Well, not to mention, because for the Super Bowl, it's been announced and confirmed that we will be getting a teaser for Deadpool 3 during the Super Bowl, which is fitting enough. Makes sense. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to Deadpool 3. I'm sure you guys are too. Who doesn't love Deadpool? This is Deadpool we're talking about. Yeah. So with that out of the way, Kung Fu Panda 4. A fourth Kung Fu Panda film that nobody, I don't know, because if anybody had ever thought of this, or if they asked for this, I don't recall asking for a Kung Fu Panda 4, but when it was announced out of nowhere that a Kung Fu Panda 4 was on the way, well, for me, I was like, okay, I'm on board. Hey, why not? Because this is Kung Fu Panda 4. And a little bit later on, and this was confirmed by one of the founders of DreamWorks, Jeffrey Katzenberg, he stated that they planned this for years, doing 6 Kung Fu Panda films. Now that we've gotten 3, there's 4 more left. And thus, Kung Fu Panda 4 is the start of a new trilogy in the world of Kung Fu Panda. Which, that's fitting. That's fitting, and that sounds good. Yeah, we, of course, finally gotten a trailer for Kung Fu Panda 4, and so far, it looks like it's going to be really good. You know, aside from the Furious 5 not appearing in the trailer. However, the director of Kung Fu Panda 4 did confirm they will be back, but they won't be there throughout the whole film. Just a small appearance. And it's a possibility, and many people, and you know what? I'm interested in this too. I'm involved in this now, that there could be a possibility that the Furious 5 could get a film of their own. Hey, because if Puss in Boots and the Penguins of Madagascar got movies of their own, so why can't the Furious 5? They seem fitting enough to have their own movie, because this is the Furious 5 we're talking about. Yeah. And not to mention, Tai Lung is coming back, maybe hopefully for this, and I've been thinking of this, and I know that a few other people have thought of this too. Maybe in Kung Fu Panda 4, Tai Lung can be redeemed. Don't you think? Because that would be a perfect opportunity. You'd have something like, I don't know, just like what happened with, like, you know, an example, Barbossa in the 3rd Pirates of the Caribbean film. If you get what I'm saying, like maybe something like that, but we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah. So Kung Fu Panda 4, I'm definitely looking forward to it. The next Dragon Warrior is upon us. As from what we've heard, Po will be handing over the Dragon Warrior torch to the next Dragon Warrior fighter and so on. It's going to be really exciting. Yeah. And hopefully, because I don't see why not, Kung Fu Panda 4 hopefully can be successful. I mean, after DreamWorks released The Bad Guys and Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, which those two films, they were successful. DreamWorks kind of sadly went back to making a few animated films that just, like the Teenage Kraken film. From what I heard, it wasn't, that bad. And a Troll 3, who asked for a Troll 3? Nobody did! Neither did I! I don't really care for the Troll films. Not to say that I'm never gonna watch them, but, I'm down to watch them, but I'm just saying, it's not that franchise of DreamWorks that I would, it would be one of my favorites. You know what I mean? Just, yeah. I would rather pick, like, say, Shrek, Madagascar, Kung Fu Panda, or How to Train Your Dragon over Trolls. Yeah, but anyways, so again, Kung Fu Panda 4, I'm looking forward to it. Okay, let me see. And here's another thing. If I don't talk about every single movie that I'm looking forward to, that's okay. I mean, besides, you saw the thumbnail, you know what's on the green screen. So there's that. Okay, so let me see. Yes, okay, this is on my mind. The upcoming Joker sequel. Yeah, who'd have thought that we would be getting a Joker sequel to the Joker film from Todd Phillips and Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker? Like, no, I'm pretty sure nobody ever thought that we would get a sequel, but we are. And what's more interesting about this new upcoming Joker film, and that being the first sequel to the Joker film, Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn. Is that not awesome or what? And the title of the Joker movie, it's called, I think it's in French, I want to say. And you know what, I'm not gonna bother, because I know that there have been some other people that are having trouble. Golly, I'm not the only one. Some people are having trouble pronouncing that, part of that title, but that's okay. I'm sure for many of us, we'll get there and we'll get used and figure out and know how exactly to pronounce it. But yeah, so far, the new upcoming Joker film, its first sequel, yeah, so far it does look interesting. We of course have seen some of the behind-the-scenes photos, photos revealing what Harley Quinn is going to look like in this film, portrayed by Lady Gaga. And we got some, leaked footage, them filming and so on. No trailer yet, and as of this recording and, when this video's out, but we're gonna get a trailer at some point, maybe in the next few months. But I really don't have that much to say, overall, I'm looking forward to it, but when there will be a trailer and such for the Joker sequel, then I'll have more to say, especially when I react to it. Yeah. Although I do know that not just Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga are going to be in this, a few other familiar faces that I know of that are going to be in this, like What's-Him-Face, who played Mad-Eye Moody in the Harry Potter film franchise, he's going to be in it, and one actress who I know who she is, but I can't remember her name as of right now. I'm sure you know who it is, but who I'm talking about, who I'm referring to, that is. But anyways, so yeah, overall, the new upcoming Joker film, its first sequel, can't wait. Let me see. Yes, okay. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I'm definitely looking forward to it. This is our first Planet of the Apes films, I think in about, has been, 7 years? Yeah, 7 years since the last Planet of the Apes film came out. A Planet of the Apes film. 7 years since the last Planet of the Apes film came out. Not to mention, 7 years since it came out 7 years ago when I started YouTube, War of the Planet of the Apes. So far, well, we of course got our first trailer, and we've learned that it takes place 300 years since, the last Planet of the Apes film. Golly. And, it's gonna have a fresh new cast. I know who's gonna be in it, like William H. Macy, what's-him-face from The Orville, who plays Bortus. Yeah, he's gonna be in it too. So far, it does look pretty interesting, and not to mention, it's being directed by Wes Ball, the same guy who brought us the Maze Runner films. This might not be a disappointment, because if I haven't established this already, I feel as though that the Maze Runner films and, some of the Planet of the Apes films, like this one, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, they share some things in common. Well, they're set like an apocalyptic world, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's the best example. Dystopian places, like that's another thing too, yeah. But yeah, overall, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, I'm looking forward to it, and it has a perfect title. A Planet of the Apes movie always has to have a perfect title, and this is a good one. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Don't you agree? Yeah. Okay, so with that out of the way, what else was there? Oh yeah, like the Nosferatu film, the upcoming remake of, the original silent, black and white Nosferatu film. It looks like it's gonna be really good. It's got a pretty good cast. Willem Dafoe, Nicholas Hoult, Bill Skarsgård, Lily Depp. Oh my gosh, yeah, I don't think this is gonna disappoint. And we've seen Bill Skarsgård play creepy on the big screen, of course, Pennywise. So probably, with him as Nosferatu, or as he's referred to, Count Orlok, he's probably going to be more terrifying. There's no doubt about it, and I'm looking forward to it. And just to see him on the big screen, to see what he finally looks like as Nosferatu, oh, that's just gonna be really, really cool. Yeah, so overall, the upcoming remake of Nosferatu, I can't wait for it. Okay, to speed things up a little, the next two films I'm going to be talking about, they both are coming straight from Paramount, and those two films being Sonic 3 and Gladiator 2. So I'll talk about those two kind of at the same time. So yeah, Sonic 3 and Gladiator 2, yeah, these two films that are coming straight from Paramount, I'm looking forward to as well. First off, Sonic 3, well, pretty much everybody, and I know some friends of mine, are looking forward and are hyped for Sonic 3, and of course I am too. I'm looking forward to Sonic 3, because one of the big things that we're looking forward to that's going to be in Sonic 3, well, it's going to be the full debut of Shadow. Yes, because as he was teased at the very end of Sonic 2, he's finally coming, and he'll be in Sonic 3, no doubt about it. He's going to be one of the antagonists, and hopefully Robotnik will come back, portrayed by Jim Carrey. We don't know yet, but we'll get more details, and once we know more of what lies in store for Sonic 3. So yeah, Gladiator 2, yeah, because it's hard to believe that, yeah, and I don't think nobody really asked for a sequel to Gladiator, one of Ridley Scott's masterpieces, one of his top masterpieces, of films that he's done. Yeah, and yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what this sequel has in store. And apparently, for many years, they talked about the possibility of doing a sequel. Well, now the time has come for a Gladiator 2 to happen, and most of the original cast that we know is coming back. Like, Connie Nelson and a couple others that I can't remember their names right now, and new additions, like What's-Her-Face, who was in Moon Knight, Pedro Pascal, yeah, like, just yeah, I just can't wait. And seeing as how, it will be centered on Connie Nelson's on-screen son, now grown up and so on. Yeah, it's going to be really exciting, and, once we get more details, and when we get trailers for Gladiator 2, then I'll have more to say, and, to everybody else who is looking forward to Gladiator 2, as well as Sonic 3, yeah. These two upcoming Paramount films, some of us are looking forward to them, and we can't wait. And you know, both of them are coming out late this year, and hopefully they still will, unless, you know, there is a slight delay, but we'll just have to wait and see. That's all. And a few others that I can think of. And again, by this point, I've pretty much have talked about all of the films that, you know, I'm looking forward to, and thus the posters are on the green screen background. And I did not forget. That's good. Okay, so yes, the last two I'll talk about, and I'll probably, you know, do some honorable mentions and so on, you know. So, Inside Out 2 and the new upcoming Wallace and Gromit film. Yes, and I'll talk about these two at the same time as well. I can't wait for these. You know, it's been a long time since we've seen, you know, anything of Wallace and Gromit, aside from them, like, doing some commercials, little short films online, you know? And, you know, it's nice to see that they're finally going to get another big-time feature film of theirs. And with the exception of Peter Sellers, who was the original voice of Wallace, now we have the new voice of Wallace, which, you know, he does a fantastic job being the new voice of Wallace. And the plot and story of this new Wallace and Gromit film, well, it's interesting. It sounds very interesting, because how Wallace grows too attached to technology, and, you know, I think both him and Gromit, they built this, you know, robotic gnome, and this robotic gnome gains a personality of its own mind, and so on. That's going to be interesting. I do recall seeing a few, like, gnomes, like, maybe here or there in some other Wallace and Gromit materials, you know, and I'm sure you guys have too. Yeah, but there's nothing really much to say on the new upcoming Wallace and Gromit film, because all we know is that, you know, Wallace and Gromit, they're getting another movie of theirs, and, you know, what we know so far about the story and plot, and until, you know, we get, you know, a trailer. Okay, and Inside Out 2. Well, kind of not much to say on this one either, because, yeah, ever since it was announced at D23, just, like, it was so exciting to see that we were finally getting an Inside Out 2, because not just me, but I know a lot of other people have been asking for an Inside Out 2, and thus it's finally happening. And, of course, we did get our first trailer, and we know, even they announced it before the trailer came out, that we're getting new emotions, and the first one we got to see is called Anxiety, being voiced by Maya Hawke. And so far, and with the trailer, it looks like it's going to be really good. But until we know more on what's going to be going on in Inside Out 2, and, you know, the rest of the new emotions who we're going to see and be introduced, yeah. So that and the new upcoming Wallace and Gromit film, can't wait to see them. Yeah, it's just gonna be really exciting. Okay, and to mention a couple of other movies as honorable mentions. Yeah, like, first off, the new Godzilla, King Kong film, The New Empire, I'm looking forward to that. I've been enjoying the MonsterVerse franchise, you know, the MonsterVerse series of movies. I still need to check out Monarch, Legacy of Monsters. I know my dad has watched it, and yeah, we're gonna review it later on. Also, the new Mad Max film, Furiosa. Not much to say. I mean, I'd like to give the Mad Max films a watch. I probably wouldn't be a huge fan of them, but I'd probably still enjoy them, you know. Red 1. Yeah, I can't wait for Red 1. If any of you know what Red 1 is, it was supposed to come out last year, but as of now, it's now been moved to a little bit later this year, I think around, yeah, November. J.K. Simmons as Santa Claus. Like, how awesome is that? Dwayne Johnson, Chris Evans, Bonnie Hunt, What's-Her-Face, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Lucy Liu, Nick Kroll. Did I say Chris Evans? Yeah. This movie has some really good people, and we know that it's going to be a Christmassy film. And again, J.K. Simmons as Santa Claus, like we previously had David Harbour as Santa Claus. Now we're getting J.K. Simmons. That's going to be really awesome. And Other films that I know that I'm looking forward to, well, I can't really think of any other movies right now. But, the other movies that will be coming out that I haven't mentioned and I can't think of, I can't wait for those too. So, there's that. But overall, my most anticipated movies that I've talked about for this video, yeah, I can't wait, and I'm sure you guys are looking forward to these films that I talked about, and if they're in your list of your most anticipated movies for 2024, yeah, just leave comments and give this video a like as always. Let me know what you thought on what I had to say, and if you guys share the same most anticipated movies that I do. So, with all that being said, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of me talking about my list of, the most anticipated movies of 2024. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, and peace out.